Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm going to be doing a little vlog, like a week in my life of me taking summer classes. So I am going to just list all the assignments I have this week, which technically is not even a lot compared to last week. I'm in week 3 of summer classes. I'm taking 3 classes. So for my anatomy and physiology class, I have to watch some videos. I had to take a chapter 4 assessment on Pearson. I had to do 4 labs, and then I had to do a chapter 1 assessment on Pearson, and then another lab for a different chapter. And then I'm also taking medical terminology, and I have to read the e-text, look at the PowerPoints, watch the videos, study using the little study guide that my teacher makes, and then take a quiz. And then for my quantitative literacy class, I have to watch 3 different video lessons, and then I have to complete 3 different homework assignments on Alex. So that is, what is that? The actual assignments that count for grades, that's 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 assignments. But last week I had like 14, and last week was like exam week. So last week I had 2 exams and 1 quiz. So last week was very, very hectic. This week is chill. We're cool. I don't mind this. But yeah, so we're gonna just do a little like week in my life. I'm gonna probably start right this second doing anatomy homework, just because I want to get some of that out of the way. So follow me. I wanted to pop in and just give you kind of a rundown of like this channel and what you're going to find here, and a little bit about myself. So hello, my name is Morgan. I am 22 years old. A little background is that in high school I went to an early college academy, so I actually had my high school on a community college campus, and so starting in 9th grade I started taking college classes. And my high school was actually 5 years instead of 4. And so when I graduated high school, I graduated with my high school diploma and my associates in science. And so after I graduated that, I went straight into a 4-year university. I went to just a public school, public university, and I went there for 2 years, and I got my bachelor's in marketing. And I graduated there December 2023. So it's officially been like a year and a half. I made a video literally probably maybe a week ago, since I'm posting this, maybe a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, talking about that experience and how I feel like that college degree was a waste of my time, waste of everything. Little background, after I graduated college with my bachelor's in marketing, I spent a year looking for a job and could not find one. Guys, I spent a year looking for a job and literally had 0 luck. I went on multiple rounds of interviews, had projects, went in, drove long distances, got ghosted, went on interviews that were so obviously like pyramid schemes and like MLMs. Just like the wildest shit you could think of has happened to me on my journey to like find a job, and nothing ever panned out. And then when I hit a year, well, throughout that entire year, I was kind of like losing myself, falling into a really bad slump. I became a hermit. I never left my house. Like, I didn't have a life. I ended up needing to go to therapy just to like get out of the funk and to kind of reframe my thinking, which is what she loves to tell me. And long story short, within all that, after a year had passed, I kind of realized that I truly needed to pivot and genuinely get out of the repetitive circle that I was in of like applying to jobs and attempting to network and then nothing coming from them. If you guys haven't been looking for a job recently, then you won't understand, but AI has truly taken over like those entry level office jobs, including and specifically when it comes to business and marketing. It's genuinely taking all those roles. And then of course people are getting laid off, and so people who have like 10 years of marketing experience are applying for the roles that are like labeled as entry level. And so getting your foot in the door is extremely hard. And it just got to a point where I did not feel like I was getting anywhere. I felt like I was drowning, and I felt like I needed to make a pivot as quickly as possible because I was and am still young, and I would hate, because even if I thought to myself, like, even if I got a marketing job tomorrow, I still wouldn't feel content or satisfied because I would always be very, very nervous about getting laid off because of AI, because of you know, white collar jobs and how the market is currently. And not only that, but job searching for an entire year, specifically kind of like where I'm living, you can very obviously see what your general estimated income would be, and it's terrible. Like for marketing, it's just bad. It's just not good. Like even when I would come across jobs that were like 10 plus years of experience, you know, senior level roles of marketing, even those like salaries were kind of just like not good. And it was kind of scary because it was like, damn, here I am trying to get a job that's probably going to pay me 45K. And I'm on my knees begging for a position, but no one's giving me no one's really helping. And so I thought to myself, even if I got a job tomorrow, I still wouldn't feel good about it because I'd be making shit money and I'd probably be laid off. And the, you know, job market when it comes to marketing is not going up, it's going down. So I made the pivot. So now, like I said, I graduated with my degree in marketing. I spent a year in the funk, and then in like December 2024 and then January 2025 is kind of when I was thinking about what am I gonna do now and the pivot. And so now here we are in June of 2025. I have officially pivoted and I'm in the mindset of my new plan, and that's why I'm back in school. That's why I'm taking summer classes. That was a very long kind of introduction, but I kind of wanted to make it make sense to you guys if you guys care. And yeah, so I'm taking summer classes. I am literally taking classes at the community college that I used to go to high school at. So it's kind of fun to kind of be back in that vibe, that scene. I'm taking 3 summer classes, and my goal is to get into the radiography program at my community college. And those application processes are like the beginning of next year is when I'm going to like apply. And so right now I have to finish all my prereqs so that I can apply. So that's where I'm at right now. A lot of things are going on. I'm really excited, really hopeful. And yeah, let's get back to the vlog. Okay. So I just finished my A&P tutor videos, which is my anatomy and physiology class. First of all, I thought those videos, I was just gonna like watch them and then like, you know, listen to the information, but it turned out to be like a whole pop-up link that brought me into an assignment where it was 48 questions, and it would make me watch videos every so often, and then the questions would be related to the content in the videos. And it was weird because it was like it was like 48 questions, but it kind of made you answer each question twice, and it asked you like, how confident are you that this is the correct answer? And if you put low, then it was going to ask you the question again. It was weird, but it took me like an hour, so that's annoying. I finished that. It's 2:30. I obviously probably gonna do more homework, but just to give you guys a little update on like what I'm gonna be doing for the rest of the week. Tomorrow I'm gonna be going to school, and I'm going to be practicing for my CNA state skills test, which is on Friday. Mind you, today is Wednesday. I took a CNA class. If you guys don't know what that is, certified nursing assistant. Like I said earlier in the video, I am going to be applying into the radiography program next year, and one of the things that you can do to boost your probability of getting into the program is to be on the registry as a CNA. And that kind of is included within our point system of how you get into the radiography program. So I took the CNA program. I think I finished the program like a month ago, and it was like a 2.5 month long program, and I took the state written exam like 2 weeks ago, And so in 2 days, I will be taking the actual state exam, which is like when you go in to the lab, which is going to be at my school. I go into the lab and they're going to bring in state proctors, and it's like a fake little hospital room. And you are going to be given 5 skills, and the proctor is going to watch you do the 5 skills, and you have 30 minutes to complete them. And if you get any like super important steps wrong, you automatically fail. So it's very like scary and like tense, and like you have to do it right, and you have to know what you're doing, because for me, I get very nervous, like nerves take over, so I have to be over prepared so that when the nerves start taking over, I'm still so overly prepared that it's not taking away too much from me, if that makes sense. So that's what will be happening on Thursday. I'll be going into the school to practice, and then Friday is the actual exam. And so yeah, you'll see me then. Okay, so I wanted to do like a little bit of an update of what I've been doing today. Today's Thursday. It's literally almost 8 o'clock. The only thing I filmed today was the clip that you guys just saw, and today I did some homework. So I got more of anatomy homework done, so that's good. I think I did 3 online labs, which, of course, I'm taking anatomy and it's online. It's over the summer. So the labs that I complete are like on an online interface, and it's like you're pretending to use a microscope. It's really stupid, to be honest with you. Um, but I am going to be receiving soon an actual lab kit that's going to be delivered to my house that I'm going to be completing for my class, but that hasn't happened yet. So when it happens, you will be made aware of that. Um, but today I went to my school. You guys saw me in my scrubs. We have to go to school in our scrubs because that's our uniform. Being a CNA student, technically I'm still like a CNA student because I haven't taken like the exam, and like the test is still going on. I was just interrupted, but back to what I was saying. I went to school today in my scrubs, and I went and practiced in the lab for the state test, which is tomorrow. I went and I practiced with some of my friends that I met in my CNA class, and we were all just like super nervous and like ready to practice. And so we were there for like an hour with some of our teachers around. They were getting the room ready, but we were just in the lab practicing. There's certain things that I like wanted to make sure that I practiced because, well, you don't know, but our class ended a month ago, and so there's a month gap of like the last time we actually did those skills versus when the test is going to be. And so there's only so much you can do or like practice at home, and some of the things that we can't do are because of we just don't have those materials. And so those are some of the things that I wanted to work on um, like in the lab. And so I was able to do that. And tonight I'm literally just gonna chill. I am reading a book right now. If you guys are readers, I'm reading a book. It's called Allegedly. I think it's by Tiffany somebody. Can't remember her last name. It might be Jackson. But also, an FYI, I am in the biggest reading slump of my life. I have not read a book in like 2 to 3 months. The last book I read was the new Hunger Games book, and I read that super fast because, I mean, it's Hunger Games. The hype is real, guys, okay? I'm obsessed with that world, so it's always going to be, you know, easy to get through those books. But it's been a couple months. Yeah, it's by Tiffany Jackson, and I picked the book up because it was advertised as like a thriller, and it's about this girl who's currently 16, but when she was 9 years old, she was accused of murdering a baby. And like, we're following her as she's 16 years old. She's in this group home, and the vibes are we don't know if she actually did it, and if she didn't do it, then who did. So those are the vibes. It's okay. I don't know. I just feel so when I'm in a reading slump. If I don't love the book by like page 20, I'm DNFing it. Like that's my mindset. It's hard to get out of that. But anyways, I'll finish the vlog. I'll show you guys my CNA test and whatever. Okay, bye.